each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Welcome back. Welcome. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. Hope you're having a good day. I work with a couple of people on Thursdays. I've been trying to get some other stuff done too. And really been challenging myself on a few things. And any bets how long it is before this cat bites me? He's already purring big time. It ain't gonna be long. It's not gonna be long. He gets too excited. But so yeah, I'm working with funnels and it's just confusing on what goes in what order, what I should get next. Do I spend money now? Do I wait? So no. Here, I'm just gonna hold your mouth closed while I pet you. You hate that, don't you? Yes. Yes. So today we're gonna be talking about quality versus quantity. And we're talking about time here. We're talking about your program, right? Because it doesn't matter how long you've been in the program. I mean, it kind of does. But when it comes down to the next drink, we're all just an arm length away from the next drink. And what we get is a daily reprieve. There are very, very good reasons as to why everything is a daily reprieve. We do things in chunks, right? So, dealing with life is like an elephant, and there's only one way to eat an elephant, and that is a bite at a time. All right, so welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name's Dion. I'm your host. If you're here, please say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. Move that on over to chat for anybody else that's joining. So, what we really get is a daily reprieve contingent upon our spiritual maintenance. And this is done daily. So your spiritual maintenance is done daily. I love this shirt, but the collar has clearly been stretched out by my huge head. I don't know what I did, but I clearly stretched it out. But it is usually like let's take a look at it. Let's say attitudes. When I have a good attitude, my day seems to go a little bit better, right? But when I have a bad attitude and decide that my day is going to be harder, what happens? My day becomes harder. Sometimes life makes life hard already, but for me to make it harder on myself, well, it's not very kind to myself. I mean, that's not being very kind to me, right? Hey, Michelle, it's good to see you. So, and I'm not going to sit here and point out other people's types of recovery and things like that. What we're going to do is covered is at the same time, when it comes to quantity, there are some things that you don't learn in this program until you have some time under your belt. All right. So that's where quantity kind of comes in. Knowledge, quantity is good for remember your first year, you went through all the holidays. In the second year, it was a little bit easier because you had done them. That's where quantity is going to come into effect, right? But we're going to kind of want both of these, right? So, all right. What? Stop popping up very quickly. Hey, Amber. Good to see you. Just so you know, it's not Friday. And I wrote you and I said, I wish it was Friday too. But really only for you because Friday doesn't change it. Actually, Friday is one of my easier days. So yeah, I wish it was Friday. But I mostly wanted Friday for you because I can feel it from you. You're ready to get the fuck out of town. I can feel it. So I don't blame you. I do not blame you. And we get that. Why do you think I'm usually down here? I very much, yeah, I get it. So in recovery from alcoholism, quality of life is considered more important than simply the quantity of time spent sober. While maintaining sobriety is crucial, focusing on overall well being, including mental, physical, and social health, leads to more sustainable, and fulfilling recovery. So, see, there's parts. But in the beginning, we're going to work on our spiritual malady first. Then these other things will come in, like including mental, physical, and social health, right? Now, even in this, we're going to need to want to kind of keep a balance. Because I'm going to tell you something that I see often. That I see often. Why do we get sober? Why do we get into recovery? It's not just the main reason is so that we can spend time with the people that we love, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong on this? It's usually what most people seem to enjoy. Now I get to be a part of it. I get to join in. I don't have thinking about alcohol all the time, and I get to watch the kids run around. And I actually had a decent conversation with my brother, or my brother wanted to go do this. I didn't really want to do it, but I wanted to spend time with them. See? And though isn't that you're going after that quality time with them, right? Yeah. But the one thing that I've noticed is the physical, the mental and social health, not so much. But I've seen this happen where somebody gets into the physical health and then that's all they do. And instead of ignoring their kids while they're drinking, they're ignoring their kids because they're at the gym. Then you get home, you're too tired. See how that quality is not there because the quantity is being eaten up. It's a balance, right? So, quality of life in recovery. So, we're going to start with quality here. A holistic approach. Recovery should encompass not just abstaining from alcohol, but also addressing the underlying causes of addiction and developing a healthy coping mechanism. It's exactly what it's about. See, sober is the absence of alcohol, right? If I have alcoholism and I remove alcohol because I'm now sober, and that is the absence of alcohol, what do I have left? Ism, which stands for I, self, me. There's the problem. Alcohol was the solution. I thought it was the solution. It was a solution, not a correct one, but it was one. Right? Right. So I've got to get into these deeper things. I've got to find out how Dion ticks. Right? I gotta find out what I'm good at and my limitations. Right? And it's okay to have these. I was just working with somebody and they were having trouble with some of the words, which is not unusual when I take somebody through the big book that's younger than me. See, I learned a lot of those words. They did not educate you in school the way I got educated. So it's a little different. But I appreciated them, the fact that they were like, what does that mean? How does it apply to this? I'm like, let's look it up. Okay, let's do that. And I could tell they were getting a little frustrated. I said, keep in mind, this isn't on you. You are learning new stuff. Okay? It doesn't make you dumb. It doesn't make you stupid. It just means you don't know yet. I had to look all of them up too. But once I figured it out, it connected these things. And what am I doing? Right? And this is another reason why I'm not big on the plain English big book. Okay? When you are learning, when you are doing something hard, you know what happens? Your brain creates a new neural pathway that you're going to be able to utilize. But if it is appeased and is brought to you and it is not tough and you don't learn anything, you ain't going to learn anything. It won't connect. Big deal. Big deal on that. So challenge yourself. So those words are hard. And if you go look them up and connect them in, then you have taken the extra step that you need to. Faith without works is dead. Faith without work, action. You got to apply this shit. All right. Emotional well being. I'm talking too fast today. Emotional well being. Focusing on mental health, managing stress, and developing a healthy emotional regulation is vital. It is. Emotional regulation. The hardest thing on my freaking list was my emotional regulation. Took me a long time. I wasn't good at managing stress and developing healthy emotional regulation. I had to work hard at that. There again, I went to therapy. And what happened? Well, my brain started creating these new synapses. Right? So, and what is for us in the beginning, an emotional healthy regulation is keeping your darn mouth shut. 80% of this program is keeping your freaking mouth shut. Right? I don't know about anybody else, but my mouth spilleth over just like my cup. And it can get me into trouble pretty quick. It is 3:33 for anybody into numbers. Social support. Building strong supportive relationship with family, friends, or within the recovery community is essential for maintaining sobriety and overall well-being. Find your people. Okay? Find your family. Some of them might be blood related, some may not. Right? Amber's not blood related to me, but I think of her like a daughter. And if you lift a hand to her, if her husband don't get to you first, I'm coming. Right? We've been through a lot together. We have, Amber. Amber, we've been through a lot of shit together. All right. We've seen groups come together. We've seen them fall apart. But I always notice the people that stay, that stick through it. Those are my people. All right. Yeah. Now, I'm a Virgo. It takes me a while for me to be good. And I've had people tell me this before. Dion, you make it hard to love you. I'm like, I know. I do it on purpose. I'm going to do it right now again. Have a great day. Gotta go. All right. But beyond that, it also had to do with my own emotional regulation. It kind of had to do with me in that. So once I cleared a lot of other things up, I opened up a little bit more. I became more approachable. And even then, it seems like people have a hard time approaching me. Now, it doesn't seem as much anymore. So I must be doing something right. Right? Hasn't been happening as much. Right? So personal growth. Engaging in activities that promote personal growth, such as learning new skills or new words, pursuing hobbies, or engaging in creative outlets can enhance self-esteem and overall quality of life. Yeah. There's a lot of people in the grassroots meeting that make a lot of things. Amber does. She made me are my keys in here? I think they are. Yes, they are. All right. And she made me I can't believe I'm coming up on 10 years. Fucking A. All right. There's my 9-year chip. Right. Now it doesn't need to say AA on it or have the triangle or anything else. It's not required. I cherish this chip more than I don't know. My mom gave me a pretty old chip too. So but when somebody goes out of their way to make something for me, yeah. All right. So look for creative outlets. Do not forget to get out of self, help other people. Right. I find sometimes we get too caught up in our own stuff. Like for me, it was a lot of video games. All right. Now I don't play them as much. Balance. All right. because I really liked the decompression. I do. I enjoy my decompression. So, but now it has a time and a place for it. Yeah. It's one of the reasons why when the grassroots started, it's at 5 o'clock. It put that off a little bit more. It made me do just a little bit more. And it's working. Oh, maybe one day I'll have a new fan. Maybe one day. Now, let's go to quantity. Quantity of time in recovery, not the only measure. I like that. So, quantity is not the only, that is not the only way to measure sobriety, or in our case, recovery. Right? Because it's going to happen differently. It's really going to depend on how bad your liver is. That's kind of why it really depends on how far you went down. When I was 18 years old and I got sober, it was no problem. I did not shake. I did not sweat. There was no headache. Well, maybe a little bit from dehydration. But when I was 45 and trying to quit, 6 months to live. Okay. Now, the first time I went through the steps in a matter of months. Didn't take me very long. Okay. You know, I was lucid. I got through them. I was, enthusiastic about it. Got through them pretty quick. The next time at 45, it took me a year and a half. It took me a year and a half to get through the steps. And it was conditional on that. So it's going to vary for everyone. All of them are the right way. Right now I'm working with a couple of guys. Well, it's been brought up. We're not working on anything yet. All right. But what they do is they go to Salvation Army and grab the people in the recovery area, and they hold an event for the weekend. They feed them, and I'd like to do it up in the mountains, and they take them through the steps in 3 days. That sounds like a lot of fucking fun to me. I know I'm a little crazy in the head, right? I know Amber would just fucking love to do that. I know she would. Right? While a significant period of abstinence is a positive indicator of recovery, it doesn't guarantee a high quality of life. And for us, a high quality of life is fellowship. At least for me, it is. It has nothing to do with material things. That is not the quality of life that we're talking about. How many times have you heard somebody that has a ton of money say, I'm lonely? I don't have any friends. People want me for this. People want me for that. They don't have a high quality of life. I'm broke, right? Well, I'm still waiting on all this, but I have a high quality of life. I have good friends in my life. I'm doing things in the community. My kids don't hate me. My grandkids think I'm kind of cool. Right? Especially the youngest ones. They love me a lot. Kids have always, I don't know what it is. I remember once I had my daughter, Kira, right? And I think she was, I want to say 7, 8 years old. And it was Easter. And I was living in this apartment building. We went down and I think it was Easter. It was one of those where, it's about the kids and stuff. And we went down into the room, and there were other people from the complex there and stuff. And we ended up leaving after about half an hour because all the little girls wanted to play with me. I could tell my daughter was getting upset because this was our time. And she's a Virgo too. And you don't fuck with a Virgo's time, man. It's one thing you don't do. So I snagged her and we went back upstairs and I spent it with her. So, right. So, potential for relapse. It's a scary thought. Individuals who focus solely on quantity may be more susceptible to relapse if they don't address the underlying issues that led to their addiction. Okay, good. I'm glad that they put it that way, because just because you have 20 years doesn't mean you're closer to your next drink. All right. There's a person that's in grassroots and they have twice the amount of sobriety that I have. And even the other day in the meeting, see, time doesn't account for this stuff. That life is kind of tough for them right now. Yeah. And they are doing, and so what are they doing? They're going to the meetings. They're talking about the underlying issues. He's speaking with his sponsor. See, time doesn't deviate progress. That's the key. It doesn't matter how much time you have. We need progress. Every day is a new day that we have got to bring success into our lives. What's the difference between the person with 30 days and 20 years? You'd think it'd be a lot. Knowledge is one. Experience, that would be one thing. That's it. If you know of more of them, please post them. Now, I am not here to pick on people with a lot of time. No, great fucking job. I hope one day I get there too. Fuck yeah, I hope one day you surpass my time too. I really do. I want that. I want my kids to surpass me. I want my friends to surpass me. But I put a pretty high bar. Okay. Not so high that people can't get over it. I had to get over it. Right. So sometimes people with a little bit of time will think, oh, well, I've kind of been through this before. I don't really have to put as much effort. And that's where the laziness kind of starts. That's what happened to me. It was one little thing that I decided I didn't need to do. Before you know it, I'm not calling my sponsor. I have no friends in AA. I'm not hitting AA meetings. And after 12 years, I went out on a Coors Light. Ugh. All right. Sometimes you might get disenchanted with the program. Every now and again, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired of AA. I'm so tired of recovery. I'm so tired of doing all this and the lives and the podcasts and the meetings. All right. Going to meetings and having to hear everybody's problems all the time. That's kind of tough, man. There we are. What are we back to? We're back to balance. All right. So don't burn yourself out on AA either. Okay. But these are the two best times to go to a meeting: when you don't want to and when you want to. Those are the two times to go to a meeting. So, importance of consistency. Maintaining sobriety is crucial, but it's equally important to develop a strong foundation of support and healthy coping mechanisms to prevent relapse. They hit it. Thank you. AI's getting better at this. AI's learning. They got it. They're right. What did they say? A strong foundation. What are the foundation steps? It's 1, 2, and 3, right? Now, here's the thing. 1, 2, and 3 are non-action steps. You should be doing steps 1, 2, and 3 every single morning when you get up. And you do it through prayer. I do. Okay. I'm praying. Number 2 out of the way. Automatically. As soon as I say, God, and I start with the serenity prayer. So as soon as I get into the serenity prayer, I've already done step 2. Right? Then I ask God to keep me sober that day. There's step 1. Or step 1. God, please keep me sober today. Sometimes I'll throw in there, let's have another good day. Maybe something a little bit more positive, because my brain likes to, it could be a jerk. All right. So then I pray for the people in my life. I always pray for everybody in my life, including you guys. I pray for my close friends. I pray for family. And then I end with the 3rd step. or the third step prayer. Now I've done steps 1, 2, and 3. The last 2 days, I've been on steps 1, 2, and 3. I was not in 10, 11, and 12. I wasn't capable of doing it, but it's okay because I am consistent. I'm consistent. I still did my lives. I still, it was Wednesday, so I still went and did the 2 o'clock meeting, even though it was shut down. I went and did it. Came back, had a good attitude about it. He ended up writing me back too. He said he was embarrassed. All right. Yeah, I'll read it to you. I'll read it to you. It's not like I'll read you the whole thing. I mean, it's a great, you know, so and so. Hope you are staying nice and cool. And I actually said that because I don't have AC in my car. So I went in to get the meeting started. The parking lot was empty. I know this is human error and we will get better. Yet I have to say, when people show up and do things like ride the bus to get to a meeting and the doors are locked, they will not come back. That was my main concern. What are some ideas on communication? Maybe I can confirm each week with staff. Anyway, I'm currently working on getting some CPC members to come and talk with staff, and I'll keep you apprised. He said, Dion, I'm truly sorry and embarrassed over this. We did have our all-staff event yesterday that is meant to celebrate our teams and do the work they do, and I think that's awesome. But with things like this, it is upsetting. Let me think about this for a minute. Really, we are only closed when the weather is extremely bad. But that's why it's a hybrid meeting, right? And for this event, so it shouldn't be a huge issue. But I think confirming each week might be a good start as I get my team up to par with communication. And I wasn't mad about this. And I wrote about it. I said, I have been treated really nice by everyone at the location. And if they would have thought of it, I'm sure they would have said something. This is growing pains for the group. I think it's going to work out. And he wrote back, I totally agree. Right? There's no reason to get mad. There's no reason to get upset. Okay. They're giving us a room for free. They're paying our insurance. So what are we doing? Well, that way, when NA is ready to set up a meeting, or Al-Anon or CA or another 12-step group, it'll be ready to go. It is just service work. It is not an inconvenience. Okay. Was I disappointed yesterday? Yeah, but I was only disappointed that I didn't get to yak with the people that I yak with every day because it's consistent for me. So I came back, still did the meeting. We still had the meeting, all right, because it's hybrid, do the 5 o'clock, and I did what I usually do. So when I stay consistent, now my quantity is talking. All right. So we need both. Eventually, you kind of want both of these because it's nice to say, I'm going to tell you, it's nice saying I got 9 years of sobriety. It is nice. I'll admit it. It feels good. It really does. Okay. Day counting is not consistency. I'm not going to get more into day counting on this one. Okay. But it sounds consistent, but it's not. Okay. In that case, because day counting can lead to relapse. I always get drunk at 60 days. Then guess what? You're always going to get drunk at 60 days because you're saying it's what's called a lurking notion. You're setting yourself up. All right. So, all right. Now we do want to celebrate those milestones for sure. They are a big deal. Your time is a big deal, especially in the first year, right? I used to be very anal about time. Well, I've got 73 days. I'm like, yeah. Now, and you know what? I gave up on it. If you're in your first year and you want to announce it, go for it. It's like nap while you can when you were a kid. Yeah, nap while you can. In essence, recovery is a journey of healing and growth, not just about staying sober. A focus on quality of life with its emphasis on holistic well-being and personal fulfillment is more likely to lead to sustainable and meaningful recovery from alcoholism than solely focusing on the quantity of sober time. All right. Thank you, everybody. And I don't just mean for this one, for everything. It's like all my dreams are starting to come true. Not my PTS dreams, my PTSD dreams. Not those ones. And I think I kind of had another one last night. Wonder what's going on. Oh, I know exactly what's going on. Oh, yeah. Okay. I am bringing up some things that I really need to talk about to my therapist on Tuesday. It was time. So that's why that's going on. It's bringing up trauma. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. I love you. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And have